Hi family, welcome to our February Valentine's Day date night box. Today we're doing a little bit of a French inspired meal here. One of my first restaurant jobs was at a kind of a French bistro, fine dining type place, and I still yearn for the food every now and again, so hopefully you guys enjoy this one. We're gonna start off with some French onion soup. We've got some green beans with a brown butter and toasted almonds. We've got kind of a cassoulet style smoky pork white bean stew. We've got a mushroom sage stuffing with brioche. We've got a roasted duck l'orange, and then a strawberry caramel cake. So let's get everything started and get everything heated up. All right, so for this one, guys, I'm gonna start the oven out a little lower at 325. The duck is nice and browned up, and actually I just burned the first one for the reheating instruction video. So I'm gonna start the oven a little bit lower, start about 300, 325, give the duck about 10 minutes to kind of get heated up, and then we'll start adding everything else. We'll turn the oven up to about 400 degrees in about 10 minutes to get the duck crisped back up and to cook everything else on. All right, so we're gonna throw the duck in first. So it's been about 10 minutes. I turned the oven up to about 400 degrees. I'm gonna throw our stuffing in. So I'm gonna throw the onion soup in the microwave first just to get the soup hot, and then we're gonna kind of assemble our little bowls to throw in the oven to melt the cheese down and everything. Had the duck in the oven for about 15 minutes now, 10 minutes at the 325, another 5 or so at 425 along with the stuffing. The stuffing should take 10 to 15 minutes to get hot. These green beans should only take maybe 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna go ahead and toss these in. And hopefully our onion soup is just about hot, and we'll get that set up. All right, our onion soup is nice and steaming. This is pretty straightforward beef broth, caramelized onions for about 2 or 3 hours. We're just gonna get these both filled up. If you don't want to share and you just want to eat them all to yourself, that's totally fine too. Just get a little bit bigger bowl. And now we're going to, this worked out pretty perfect. We're gonna float these croutons on top. You gotta break them to fit them in nice. I don't really want the croutons sticking up because once I put them in the broiler, they might burn around the edges. So we're gonna top it off with the cheese here. This is a mixture of Swiss cheese and sharp cheddar cheese, and go as crazy or as not crazy as you want. But obviously this is like way up, but by the time the cheese melts and everything, it should kind of sink down to right where we want. There's definitely gonna be some bubblage over around the sides. Get yourself a nice little tray that you can balance them on so you don't have to grab the little bowl. And we're gonna go in the oven with these. So the smoky cassoulet pork and white beans and the duck l'orange sauce can just get heated up in the microwave. This will probably take about 2 minutes, so we'll go ahead and start getting that warmed up while we got everything else going. The duck's getting nice and crispy. Our onion soup is starting to get brown on the top. We're gonna let that go for just a couple more minutes. But our green beans are done. I pulled those out. So while we're plating the green beans up, everything else should be finishing off here. All right, so we got our green beans here. We're just gonna kind of get them tossed back in through this brown butter. Get them on the plate. All right, let's check on these onion soups. Oh man. Got our white bean cassoulet here with some big chunks of pork belly floating through it. And typically cassoulet is baked in the oven with breadcrumbs on top, but we made some kind of time-scented breadcrumbs here that we're just gonna top our bowl with. chives that we have left. Got our duck here, nice and toasty, crispy. So I'm just gonna cut this bad boy up just a little bit. So I like to kind of start at the leg. So I'm gonna kind of come in like this so I don't lose any of the breast meat. Just gonna outline there and then push through the spine a little bit. And then I'm gonna try to just pop it off right at the joint. Get rid of some of that backbone. I'm gonna find the ball joint there. Lift that up. If you want. Alright, I'm just gonna peel the breast right off the backbone here. It's a little bit easier said than done. If you want, you can just chop right through everything. Make sure we get all that meat off there. Then we should be able to slice the breast without too much difficulty after we cut this wing off. Making this look as graceful as I want it to. Burnt the duck. Now I'm fucking up the slicing in the back.
I can always edit it to make it look super cool. It's fine.
I wanted to get some blood oranges for this orange sauce, but I couldn't find any at the grocery store, but I'll definitely make sure I get some for the actual meal here. So this sauce may look slightly more orange when it shows up in your box. All right, so we've got all of our savory stuff. We've got our French onion soups. We've got our green beans with the brown butter and toasted almonds. We've got our smoky pork cassoulet. We've got our sage mushroom brioche bread pudding, and we've got our duck l'orange here, nice and crispy. And then our strawberry cake, I'm just gonna pop in the oven, you know, wait a couple, obviously after your dinner, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, 350, just to release the bottom. There's a little bit of a caramel down on the bottom, so it might stick a little bit if you do it cold, but warmed up should be just fine. Strawberry cake popped up, real nice, just looks a little sad, so I'm gonna cut it up. It's nice and moist looking now. Some strawberry pieces floating through there. And then finally we've got our strawberry caramel cake. Hope you guys enjoy it.